We are 3 years away from Gen Alpha entering the workforce, and I cannot believe what they are going to have to deal with when they get there. The Equality Trust did a survey of 16 to 24-year-olds in the UK to talk about their workplace experience. And the stats are blowing my mind, because we are really just taking advantage of young people and kind of just saying, well, that's the way it's always been, so let's just keep doing it. 40% of young people have been asked to work for no pay, and that number is even worse for young women compared to young men, and even worse again by a pretty big margin if that young person was black. Almost half of these people were told that they had to do voluntary work in order to actually get paid work. So they had to work for free, otherwise they weren't going to get a paid job. On top of that, young people aren't getting paid for their overtime. Over half of the people surveyed said that they had overtime that had not been paid. This wage theft actually adds up to over £1.6 billion every year. Wages stolen from young people just here in the UK. This part really blew my mind. 3/4 of the young people they surveyed did not have an employment contract with their employer. Now, you don't have to have an employment contract because a verbal contract counts too, but if you've got the kind of power dynamic where it's an employer against the 16-year-old and the employer says, oh, I never said that, what do you think is going to happen? That is sheer exploitation. That is absolutely ridiculous. But I know what some people are going to say. They're going to say, Danae, these people don't have any experience. How could we be expected to pay for them to learn on the job? Of course they need to work for free before they become valuable to us as employees. Therefore, these unpaid internships have to exist. To which I say that is absolute bullshit. A person's time and labor is valuable whether or not they are 16 years old, 26, or 66 years old. And if they need to be trained, then that is a cost that the employer needs to build in to their overall structure of pricing, overheads, and everything else. They are still worthy of being paid for their time if they are worthy of being used for your profit. Let's not even get into the fact that tying unpaid labor to job opportunities means that you are excluding people who need that money from the job opportunities and favoring those who can afford to work for free. The study concludes by saying that 2/3 of young people don't have any information about their employment rights. Well, we're on TikTok and a lot of other people are too. I think that's going to change, and I hope that this culture of exploiting young people changes as well.